Hello, welcome to my new series. In this series, I'm taking the first 13 movements in our Chen Taiji form and applying them to ground boxing in the same kind of thing you see in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stuff. So not only will I be teaching the movements applied in this way, but also the principles behind the movements. So the first movement you'll be seeing at some point on some part of the screen, the full movement of Buddhist warrior attendant pounds the mortar. So with this movement, we have essentially a couple parts that we want to work on. Whereas the first part engages, we're all starting from the full mount position as like a sort of escape. So if my opponent is on me in a full mount position like this, right? So this is usually where they start to go do the ground and pound, where they start to reel back up, right, and then start to punch downwards. So if you want to like show them what that looks like, right? This is a big problem for me, right? So the very first thing is that once he starts to come upwards, as he does this, I immediately grab and make sure that I use my forearms to kind of block where those fists are coming in, and I drag him right back down. It's because in this position now, I'm in a much better position to get control of him, and now he can no longer easily pull himself up to start getting hits in. So now this next part here, thank you for a sec. We'll get, that part was, this part is the reaching out and then pulling them down. Next we're on to this part, which is the open. And from here we're going to start learning the lesson about posting. So from this position, right, anytime you have limbs on the ground, right, that's where you're posting from. So right now he has 1, 2 posts. From here, I bring him down. He now has 4 posts. With each post, it means that each post is serving less of his body weight. So if he's back up in this position, 2 posts hold his entire body weight. Whereas from this position, right, I drag him down, he now is distributed along 4 different points. So now each post has about 25% of his body weight. So that makes it easier to disrupt every post, right? So from this position, right, I've brought him down. I'm now going to wrap around here to try and get this to bend here. What this does is it pulls his shoulder downwards towards the right here, where it's going to be where we're going to end up rolling towards. It also breaks this post so he can no longer get power from that post. Then from here, I'm going to get towards wedging the armpit area here, and now he no longer have power in this post. At the same time, we're going to use the right leg to hook around this foot here, so now it's weakening this post here, and then from here we plant this foot into the ground to pop the hip up, where I take his last post. So with every single movement in this, I'm weakening his structure so that he doesn't have the structure to fight back. Because if I get into this position and I just try pushing him, right? If I just try pushing him right away, right, we try and get into this, and this is a big problem for me. So I take one, I take the other, so now it's less damaging for me where he can't come back at me. I hook this here to take this stability here, and then there's only one more post here, and since I took this post and this post, you see how it already starts to draw his body weight towards this direction where we're already going to roll. I keep that momentum going when I pop the hip, and that's what gets me my roll. So now if we kind of do it from this position here, you can kind of see a little bit better what I'm talking about when I tip his body here, right? So you get to here, right? Start to tip his shoulder here, start to push this shoulder up, so it's kind of like turning a wheel. Then same thing here. I turn the wheel by dipping this hip down and then popping this hip up. So all together, it's like you're turning the wheel in the base with the hips and then turning the wheel at the base of the shoulders. So all together, right? He tries to reel up. We don't let him do that, right? We get him back down. All this comes at the same time. So it's really like, think of it in the same kind of way as a roll. You want momentum to it. So you don't want to break it down into 4 pieces when you're actually doing it in sparring. You can break it down to like learn the pieces of it and learn why they're important. But when you're actually sparring with this and you get someone into a full mount on you, you want this all to be one motion doing the roll all together. So he gets on top of me. Right, he tries to reel back up. I don't let him. All this happens at the same time. So that's Buddhist warrior attendant pounds the mortar in the context of getting out of a full mount. Thank you.